What's up, everyone, and welcome to the next episode, third in the series of the Meet the Fat Crew. Tonight, I got a special one here with you. I got the iron worker, the defense guy, the Billy from the Van Flores. Welcome, everybody.
What's going on, everybody?
Billy, thanks for coming out here, man, and making a live show. I know we don't live close to one another, man, so I appreciate you making the trip out.
That's what FATT does for each other.
Oh, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, man. We just eclipsed 600 on the page today. It was like 100 a week ago, man. You guys are awesome. So appreciate all the support and the shares and the comments, guys. Love you to death. Let's get right into it, though, man. Billy, the defense guy. There's a beginning to this story. So go back to your youngest memory you have of the Chicago Bears. Were you a little child? Was it the 85 season back in the day? Like, what piqued your interest in the Chicago Bears?
Well, definitely. It's got to, that year for the Super Bowl, I was, 6 years old. And I just remember my parents having parties for it.
Were your parents big Bears fans? Grew up with a Bears fan?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's how I was able to watch all that stuff. I got to see it. They used to set up for all the games, and especially when the playoffs and the Super Bowl. I just remember all that stuff. That was fun.
Hell yeah, man. So who is your all-time favorite Chicago Bear of all time in history?
Can I go with Buckus, man? I mean, I wear his jersey.
You do. And you represent the defense.
And I'm part of the defense. The guy's nasty, man, and that was just Bears football when he played.
So you had an opportunity to meet Buckus, right?
I had one. I was supposed to bring the van to him because I sit next to his son, and he wanted me to come to the tailgate, the one where he was at, but we do our thing for tailgates. I can't.
We sure do, my friend. We sure do.
Charity. He understood, but.
Oh yeah, the Buckus tailgate last year was that?
Yeah, I was supposed to go to that one.
That was a pricey bad boy for sure. From what I hear.
Yeah. I could have got him signed the bus, but hey, there's other opportunities.
He's still alive. He ain't going
nowhere.
So, what was the first Bears game you ever went to? Do you remember your first Bears game?
Oh yeah, I actually remember my dad took me. We actually stood sat in the north end zone where I sit.
Yeah.
But I do remember I was probably like 10, maybe 11 years old. I do remember him taking me to.
Do you remember who was on the team or who they played?
What? I was a kid. I was just happy being in the stadium, looking at
seeing all the people and
pretty
everything.
Cool, seeing the pillars and how the seats were. They're nothing like how they are.
Yeah,
now.
The old house.
So I mean, I do remember that. That was pretty cool. But then when I was like 16 years old, I used to work for Standard Parking, and I used to do their parking there.
Oh, okay, nice.
I used to do the parking, like right now, the east side of Soldier Field, that used to be a parking lot. You used to pull up. There used to be a little white little booth.
So a lot better than it is right now. Currently.
Oh, yeah, because that was for like buses and handicap.
Yeah.
Because I remember we used to have to park all them people with their rigs. And, man, what got me, I remember getting them all in. And once the lot was full, that was the best time because you got to walk around and see everybody cooking and tailgating and having a good time.
The way it should
was like, that was awesome. And then we had like a little connection where we used to, I think it was Garcia Security at that time. We used to go to the stadium and just put that shirt on.
Yeah.
And we used to sit on the field and just like stand there by the, how everybody's watching.
Yeah.
But I used to sit there and watch the games.
That's awesome.
And I just had to be out before, fourth quarter because we got to get out there because people got to leave. You got to direct them out.
Yeah.
But that was awesome too, being on the field, seeing all that stuff.
Hell
I was like, wow,
dude.
this is badass.
That's the best view in the house, baby. Let's go.
Yep.
So when did you start going to games on a regular basis? When did I don't miss a game, I'm getting season tickets or I'm getting tickets every game and I'm going to start tailgating? Like, when did that start?
I got my tickets in like the end of 2006, actually.
So you became like a PSL holder?
I actually got in because where I was working at, the people that own seats, they gave me an opportunity to take them because I was working for them.
Oh, so they sold the seats to you, but they were the PSL
So
holders.
I just sat there and got those seats, and once I got them, it was just like, man, I'm right here on the field. I'm like, this is awesome. So, and I just started going to the games in 2006. I actually didn't bring a defense sign maybe until
we're going to get to that, my friend. We're going to get to
2009 or something, but we used to go there, me, Stevie, and I don't even think Chad was with us at that time. Chad didn't come till 2000.
So let's get into that. How did the defense guys start? Like, whose idea was it to come up with the costume or the signage or whatever? And why defense? Why was it the defense guys? Like, what was the niche with that?
Well, we all grew up together, me, Stevie, and Chad, and we always used to play football. We used to play for the Outsiders. We all got our tattoo on our legs, has our numbers on it. We played football. Well, Chad and Stevie were always on defense.
Okay.
Beast. I was always the receiver.
Okay.
We started playing, and then we would start going to games. Once I got the seats, we started going to the games. And it was just like, Stevie would be like, oh, I see this is what this play's going to run. Here's how it's going. It's like, here we go. So we were always like,
dude, the Bears have been traditionally known for awesome defense rather than offense, as we all know.
And that's what it was. You go with the defense stuff. And that's all it was. I mean, we cheered, but it was always for the defense. But, in 2006 when we started going.
Yeah, traditionally, we didn't have much offense to cheer for. So.
Yeah, no. It was, that 2006 was good.
Yeah. But still, that was like Devin Hester and the defense.
Yeah, that was always nice. Devin Hester was awesome. Awesome to see live.
Most definitely. So, again, you're on the show. You're another founding member of FATT. Mm-hmm. I've talked to everyone about it because everyone from FATT started at the CBTC. When did you start tailgating there? Who brought you in? And how long were you there for? And then ultimately, like I asked everyone else, what made you transition out of the CBTC and join FATT, which we are today?
Yeah, no, I met actually I got hit up by Lorenzo. And that had to have been probably like 2015 or 16. Because we were hitting tailgates, other people's tailgates we were always getting invited to. And then I remember he hit me up and he's just like, hey, you guys got to come check out my tailgate. So I showed up. Stevie.
And you thought it was his tailgate.
I thought it was his tailgate because I can't. That's how I found out about it. He brought me over to it, and it was a kick-ass time. He introduced me to Timmy, and that was fucking. It was on, man. We partied there for like 5 years or 5-6 years.
Hell yeah!
Throughout the seasons, I remember running into Ray, and then I remember Ray was sitting on a chair. I was walking through it. I think that's when Timmy was in the small lot. CBT was in the small lot. And he was just like, hey, defense guy, I follow you. I'm going to take a picture with you. And I met him, and we just...
So Ray was being loud and yelling at crowds? I can't believe it.
I kind of unheard of, man.
No, it's weird. Love you, Baba Bear.
But yeah, I ran into him, and, we all grew up on the south side. We started talking to each other, kind of knowing the same people. And then it was just mostly him.
Yeah.
And then the following year, we went to the other lot, and it was bigger. They had a bigger lot, and then, just started hanging out with everybody. And I remember Ralph coming because Ray kept saying, he's like, hey, I'm going to bring Ralph. You got to meet this guy.
Ralph is in the south lot.
Yeah, the south lot.
Yeah, no, he had to convince him to come over there, and Ralph didn't want to leave the south lot.
Yeah, they came over, and Ralph came in. I'm like, oh, man, everybody was pretty cool, everybody gelled together, man.
So here comes like Barry Mysterio and Big
then
Mike and Nessa, and his little crew just starts forming up.
Yeah, Barry Mysterio came in a year after that one, and then when you're involved in CBTC, you got so many different groups. You got the BM5s, you got the Front Seven, you got the command center, you got the ambulance and all that. It's all different.
There's different like factions and stuff.
Yes, and then you have the bus stuff, which you have Firewater Barbecue, which man, that shit's fire. Man.
So again, like there's the knowledge out there that there was issues with FATT doing like a logo and a name and flags and swag and all that stuff. But like from my outside perspective, I was there. I wasn't like part of the original founders like you guys were, but like I saw all the other different factions doing that stuff and having their signage and their names and their factions. What was the issue with FATT? Like, why was that a problem?
I do not know, man. Like I said, it's everybody was doing their own thing. We paid the exact same amount of money that they paid for a spot. He just didn't like it, whatever.
BM5's in the house, bro. Love the defense.
Oh yeah,
bro.
You got Matt and Ken and fucking. They're awesome, dude. The BM5 guys.
Hell yeah, dude. They were awesome.
But that name thing, I guess he just didn't like. I mean, he might have had problems with people in the past and all that stuff. It's just, it's when you went there, it was his way or, the highway. So we chose the highway. We didn't want to start no troubles. We just walked away from it, man.
Yeah, dude,
it was a great time. I mean, we all found each other there.
Yeah.
And
it was meant to be.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's mostly all from Chicago, man. It was great, man. But yeah, we wound up leaving them and we did our own thing. And, you know, we still got love for all that
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, dude,
man.
for sure.
They're all great people over there.
So FATT had its first official year last year.
Mhm.
How crazy was that, man? Like, everyone I've talked to, no one expected it to be what it was and how it became. I think like the Dolphins game, there was like 300-400 people there. Like, it was insane. I mean, sitting back thinking about how it all started and getting to that point where you're like, how the fuck did we get here? Like, what is going on right now?
And that's something we didn't even want. You know, we just wanted to, hey, we're just going to do our thing, take care of all our stuff. You know, we enjoyed cooking for the small amount of people.
Sure.
But then that's where it opened our eyes. It was just like, man, a lot of people like to party with us. It's just like, so we got to be doing something good, you know?
Yeah, dude. The whole entire crew is like
not only that. I mean, you got, like, say, you got Bear Mysterio. You got some super fans that you see at the games all the time. You know, and they're pretty much known, and they got their own following. Like, he had people that used to come.
Sure.
We had people that followed us in, and that's when you knew
social media, bud. Social media.
That too, but that's when you knew that we had something going on. Is because once we left that CBTC, it was just like, man, a lot of people are coming, and then now why are people complaining that we left? It's just like,
well, I think the entertainment left.
I guess it was just like whatever, but and just to see the people that just keep coming, man. It was awesome, dude. I mean, if you're coming from anywhere, just anywhere around Chicago, just hit a tailgate, man. I mean, definitely do got to check out the CBTC. Like I said, they throw a great ass party.
I've been doing it for what, 30 years?
Yeah, he knows how to throw a party. Timmy throws a party. So definitely go check it out, but check everybody else's out if you can too.
Oh, yeah, dude. There's a ton of them out there right now. We're not the only ones, that's for sure.
No, we have fun.
So not only was it the first year of FATT, you acquired an awesome piece of memorabilia that's on 4 wheels. Billy from the van.
Yes.
Let's talk about the van. Like, how did that come to be? Where did you find it? Like, did you see it somewhere online? Did someone reach out to you? Like, I think everyone would love to buy a van, but like, where do you fucking find a Chicago Bears van for sale at?
Especially an original one, 1982 with only 45.
And you said they're all original parts, everything.
Everything is on their original, man.
Only driven to the games.
Only driven to the game, man. And it just fell in my lap, dude. That was just like, I couldn't believe it. I remember I got out of work and I had my apprentice, and I was actually driving her to her house.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, I'm going down in my own town. I go past a dealership that's all got hot rods, you know. It's one of the old school lots. And that thing's sitting in there. And I'm like, whoa, check that out. I pull over and I'm looking at it. And I'm like, as soon as I seen the inside, I'm like, you got to see the inside of this thing.
Yeah, all the different seats with the different players' names.
God, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this is badass. So I'm like, let me go into the door. I go there, they're closed. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
So I came there the next day and was just like, man, how much do you want for this thing? They're like,
now, how long was it sitting there?
It sat there for about a week.
Okay, so it was still relatively
but
new.
They weren't going to give me a price until August 17th of last year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, we're having a car show. It was August 16th, I think it was. They wanted to do like an auction or something like that. I think they wanted to run to see how high they can get it up.
Yeah.
So I took pictures and I sent it to all the guys. And I was like, check this out. This is right in my neighborhood. They're like, we all got to buy it. I'm like, oh, man. I was like, well, I got to find out how much it is.
Sure.
And then once I talked to my wife, because, you know, all this is only possible because of what my wife
Janelle gave the okay on
she is, that's
Janelle
right
from the
there,
cup has the power,
This
baby.
is where all that's, if she doesn't let me do it, I don't
no, I'm in the same boat, bro.
But she told me, she's like, I showed her the van and she was just like,
how could you pass that?
If you're going to get this thing, you buy it. I was just like, once I got the okay, I was just like, well, I'm walking in like that's coming home with me. And it did.
Yeah, I mean, being in different people's names, you can see problems down the road with all that stuff.
But finding out how everything on there was original, I still got the plaque. It's from 1982.
That's awesome.
I was actually contacted by, I have van number 24.
So how many vans are there total of that?
I found out that there were supposed to have been 50 of them made. Only 31 of them got me.
Okay, nice.
So 2 of the people, number 29 and number 24 or 23, they messaged me because they saw the van. And they were like, they showed me pictures of their van.
Nice.
And I was like, wow, the outside.
It should be like the van Facebook group where all 31 of you come together.
No, I haven't found another person that has that van.
But you met the original owner, though.
Yes,
of the van,
actually,
right?
the original owner of the van lives 6 blocks away from me.
How crazy is that?
I couldn't believe it. And that shot dispenser in the back, I really didn't know how to work it. No one knew how to work it because this guy had it. and he showed me. It was just I had to press a button. I'm like, you got all these amps.
Yeah.
I don't know what's back here. I'm
Exactly.
like,
I just got this thing last year.
I just got this. I didn't use this thing this year.
Dude, so that's awesome, man. So again, you have plans for the van. You don't got to unveil everything right now, but what's a couple things we look forward to seeing as far as updates go this year?
Well, it had some little bit of rust on it, and I want to definitely take care of the rust thing, you know, because he took care of it really well. It's always garage.
It was in the garage, right?
Yeah. So I mean, it has some rust on it. I want to get the rust taken care of it on it, and then this year I just want the rust, and then I want to put some underglow on the bottom. I want that to glow orange and blue. You know,
yeah, I love it. Man.
Driving down 94, 55.
I love it, sir. I love it.
Going through the city.
But dude, we got FATT going. You got your van going. We got the defense guy going. And then you had something awesome happen last year that you did, which I want you to talk about, is you held like the first annual Veterans Tailgate, which I know hits home with you with your family. It's your dad, your brother at the post. You want to talk about what you did with that last year?
Yeah, that was pretty fun. You know, I mean, they had American Legion Hall I've been a part of for years. My dad's a commander there. He actually lives up above the bar, works the bar, still involved in the neighborhood. And always had them always raise money.
Sure.
We're all members. Me, Chad, Stevie.
Nice.
You know, so we're members of that club. Like Lorenzo now is a member of the club,
dude,
but he's a veteran.
Yeah.
So that is great. So
hell yeah, man. That's awesome.
And that's what we've mostly done most of our life. We're always helping out veterans.
So it was a Feed the Veterans last year, and then we also raised a good amount of money too, right?
Oh yeah, that one for toys and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
And
so
like say the American Legion loved it, and you know they.
So why don't you let the people know when we're going to be doing it again this year? Because it happens during a away game, definitely ranking up.
Yeah, that's gonna
not a home game, but
it's going to be the Kansas City game, I believe,
which is week 3. Yeah, so it's still going to be nice weather outside.
Oh yeah.
Billy's going to be putting stuff about that soon, so save the date for the Kansas City game and come out and support the veterans, support the charities, feed the veterans, my friends.
Yeah, I got some good plans for that one.
So, dude, we were talking about behind every man is the woman. And I'm lucky enough to have my wife, Mrs. Foz, be part of it too. And I know that means so much to me, being part of the tailgate. Husband and wife is like an activity, something you guys do as a hobby. What does it mean having your wife be part of it and support it and be there for you?
Oh man, it's wonderful. And like say, I used to always go to the games with Stevie and Chad.
Yeah.
You know, we have our other kids now. You know, I got an older set of kids. I have a younger set of kids. Yeah. And now that my younger set of kids are older, my wife's been with me every game now. Yeah, I love it even more. Awesome, now we're traveling to go get games. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, we're definitely lucky, man.
Dude. And that's another good thing that I love about FATT is we're all
family oriented.
Yeah. We all got
kids.
Yeah. We got wives. We all do things together.
We all involve them all in what we're doing too. It's definitely not segregated. So on top of everything else, Oso is probably the biggest bleeding heart in the group, but you're the second, I think, bleeding heart in the group. You do a lot with charities. You do the Polar Plunge, the raffles for the swag. Like you just gave away a Gale Sayer signed jersey.
Yeah.
So I mean, where is all that going towards, and how can people get involved?
Mostly everything I get involved with is it has something to do with either Larry's children or I'm doing polar plunges.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm raising money, it's going to something I usually just find something to just.
So what was the most recent raffle you did? Where did
that one went to Sayer and all that stuff. So that one was nice. I was looking at. I have so much stuff that I'm looking at. I just give away. Now the jerseys, I usually get a good deal on them. I get discounts on them, and I'll grab them.
Sure.
And then I'm like, I'm just gonna give them away. Let's raise something.
Oh, dude, that's awesome, man. A Gale Sayers jersey, that's fucking amazing.
That one's pretty nice, man.
So again, keep an eye out. Billy's always doing charity stuff on the defense guy page, so keep an eye out. Make sure you're following them. So, dude, but one thing we haven't talked about that much is, dude, you're an iron worker on top of all this stuff too. Me personally, I'd be shitting my pants going to work every day. But this guy's on high rises and saying these crazy pictures. Dude, how did you get into iron work? Was like straight out of school, and obviously you've never had a fair heights in your life, I'm guessing.
Well, you can't have fair heights when you're an iron worker like that. But
no,
I got in it at a young age. I kind of got lucky. I was like 19 years old. I actually had kid young, so you got to work. And when I had an opportunity and I came in and I didn't realize it was the ironwork and stuff because I came in to do like guardrail and all that stuff off Lakeshore Drive. And then once they sent me to some union, local 63 ironworkers. And then
how long have you been there now?
I've been there since I was 19 years old. So I'm 43 now.
Damn.
So I got some good years.
Got some years under you there.
And then I also learned from a lot of the old guys that ain't around no more. God rest a lot of their souls.
Yeah.
But, you know, they always told me, they're like, it's not the fall that's going to kill you. It's the sudden stop. That'll kill you.
That is factual.
But yeah, it's, I mean, you got safety, you know, like you got harnesses and all that stuff. And you just got to trust all the guys that you're with because, you know, you got to watch their back. They're watching your back. Guys all got to go home safe. So it's all communication, you know. You just try not to think about down. You just focus on the job.
Dude, definitely not. So what do you think in your mind was like the scariest ironworking job that you did so far in your career where you were like, whoa?
Well, I mean, the one good thing about when people fly in Chicago over all the years that's been happening, because we've been building so many buildings.
Sure.
Look at the skyline. I look at it like, man, I helped build that skyline.
Yeah, awesome.
I count all the buildings that I've been on.
Yeah.
But
amazing.
my one scariest moment was the K2 building that was off of the 290, the expressway that was there. And I think that's off a lake or something like that. We were doing some steel up on the top of the building, you know, for their generators and
like
all that.
All the way on the top.
All the way on the
roof.
top. It was 50-something stories. And I had to, they make you tie off. I mean, it's good to be tied off.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't want to be tied off in certain connections because that thing's coming up on the crane and it catches wind. It's going to hit your line.
In the Windy City on top of the building.
It hit my line and threw me off. So when I'm falling off backwards looking up and I'm seeing my safety line. I'm like, I'm hoping that it didn't slice it, because if it didn't slice it, I'm dead. I'm going 52 stories down.
Oh my God.
But it didn't. It hooked. I was able to hang for a little while. Me being who I am, because I'm a dum-dum, I remember I just took my little camera out, took a little picture. And they were like, did you really take a picture? I'm like, well, you guys got to save me.
Oh my God, that's
get
amazing.
Get me on the land. I just took a little picture. I'm like,
I got to go change my underwear.
Yes, I got the rest of the day off. Yes, that was early in the morning. I got the rest of the day off. They bring me downstairs. The ambulance checked me out. They're like, you know, your heart rate's up. I'm like, you fall off a building.
Yeah, no
Tell
fucking
me that
shit.
You're not gonna.
I would have died from a heart attack if I didn't die.
I was like, I gotta go home, change my pants, and I'm just gonna stay home.
Let's get through some of the comments here. So Bear Mysterio wants to know why you love the Cubs so much.
Oh man,
you're such an asshole.
You gotta love him. Him and the Wisconsin people.
Him and those Wisconsin people. We are Sox fans, sir.
South sides, man.
South side all day long.
Don't worry, we still love you, Bear, even though you're in what I call anything north of Madison is Wisconsin to me.
Yeah. So Kyle wants to know what's the farthest away game the bus has been tailgated at. Have you taken anywhere besides
I have not
Wabash?
taken that nowhere yet. I don't. It's got low mileage on it, so I really don't want to drive that thing all over the place.
Nice. So, dude, people notice the different signs. Like, how did the sign come to be? Do you have any new signs coming up, or when do you switch the signs? I know, like during the Veterans one and during the Cancer Awareness weeks. Do you have any more plans for any different signs coming up?
All depends on the season. I'll look at it, see who we're playing, and you know what they got going on, and then I'll just start going through my signs.
Yes,
what I'm going to build. But yeah, those sign ones, those are pretty cool. And you know what's awesome cool with that defense sign is I remember Bearman bringing it to my attention. I'm actually in Hallett's Hall hanging. And they got that Bears logo that's made of all those pictures. Bearman found me in that picture with me and Stevie holding up my 10-year anniversary sign of 9/11 that says "We'll never forget." And that's in there with me and Stevie holding that. And he shows me, he's like, you're in that picture. I'm like, that is badass, man.
Dude, Cat Daddy DJ's in the house. He wants to make you a light up defense sign.
Man, let me see it. Let me see what it looks like. You know me. I mean,
you better blueprint that shit up, sir.
I got to see what it looks like. You know, you always got them cool ass chains.
Dude, you guys are the luckiest in the world to have a wife that supports your endeavors. Dude, we are, man.
It is, man. I love it even more.
Yeah, like it's
great.
I will say, like, it pretty much didn't start out that way. Like, initially, it was like me going because there was one extra ticket, but then we were able to get availability on extra tickets and became like a hobby between the both of us. So,
But see, mine was when we started, when I got it earlier
yeah,
in like 2008.
because like when you
Well,
were
my
going
wife-
with just the guys, was she
Sometimes
asked
my wife would
Okay.
come and then she wouldn't come, but then she came and she got pregnant.
Yeah.
And then she came again and got pregnant. We're like, you can't come no more.
Yeah, you better stop getting pregnant, Janelle. God, you ruined all these years of Bears games. My fiance and I soon would love to come tailgate with you guys. So hell yeah, hit us up.
Oh yeah,
Harrison and Wabash, 7 a.m. every home game, guys. Like that. You don't need an invite.
Welcome.
Yeah,
everybody's welcome.
Very welcome. Victor was at the Veterans Tailgate last year.
Yeah, Victor.
First time hanging out with FATT.
Yes.
He got hooked ever since then, my friend.
Yeah,
so,
we have good times, man.
Yeah, very cool. Appreciate your support, dude. You're awesome, man. Everything you do. Debbie Tuttle, thanks for hilarious. Debbie Tuttle's one of the original Honey Bears from 1985. Yes. Debbie, thank you for your support, sweetheart. You're awesome.
I have the book.
Oh,
Angela.
Good evening, fellas. Billy, how have you been? I worked with your dad, Joey. Oh.
Well.
Nice. Hell yeah, man. Look at you. You're making connections from long ago on here, man. That's amazing.
And that's another one. Angela, that was another good thing of what with us leaving and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because we did get to go see another lot and we got to know other people. And then that lot, like I said, we met all the Bears babes.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
so it was like Angela, Lena,
Tien, yeah. We met them and it was just like, oh, you guys are pretty cool. They're all, they like hanging out in Southside.
Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah, dude.
And then we met a few other crews that were there. I'm trying to remember who was out there. The crew.
Dude, yeah, the crew. Yeah, those guys are awesome.
Those
too,
guys,
man.
They actually host some stuff they were in Summit.
Yeah.
They host some away stuff too. Those guys were pretty cool.
Dude, is the van going to Ohio this year for the Tailgating Hall of Fame?
No, the van is not going to Ohio. The van is
trying to keep as many years as possible with it. Right?
And plus, I gotta get it ready for the season.
Nice. The hood.
I gotta put the van on a trailer and tow it to one. It'll make its appearance out the Ohio.
Oh, BM5 is taking the rig up to Green Bay this year.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I had a blast with them guys.
Dude, they're awesome, dude.
We were out there with Bear Mysterio, and this was 2 years ago, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Dude, we had a blast, dude. We sat there, me and Bear Mysterio and Tien, actually. That's when I met Tien.
Okay.
We got down to Green Bay at like 11. The game didn't start till 7:20. Dude, we hit.
Been to those tailgates.
We started off. We seen Nick from Tailgate there. We started tailgating, partying there with everybody there. And then after a while, we just started making our way around the stadium. And then we were just drinking it with everybody in their yards. Yeah. They're right there in the yards right there. I'm like, this is awesome. We went through everywhere. We went a lot.
Dude, and Green Bay fans are very welcoming too.
Awesome,
right?
Dude. We had such a blast.
Yeah.
Dude. We got so hammered, man.
Yeah, we've talked about it on here before, but dude, everything I hear, it's a big misconception. Like it's more like the Vikings and Green Bay hate each other more than like the Bears.
Well, I mean, you're gonna get wherever you go. I mean, don't be scared to bear out. I go everywhere, bear out. You're gonna hear some of them drunk dickheads, it's like you just ignore it.
Oh, dude, but one's gonna be rowdy,
so
man. Everyone running their mouth.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great fans out there, man. You're going out, we go all over the place, and like I say, we party with the BM5s guys out there, man. Ken and Matt, we had a blast out there, man.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Unfortunately,
the away game is gonna be the last game of the season in Green Bay, where it's gonna be like negative 50 fucking degrees in January. So sitting on the metal benches.
Bear Mysterio got left his car running, or he turned something on. So when we came back from after the game when we lost,
it was as hot as hell, like warm as fucking.
No, it was cold, but he left something running, so we had to get a jump. Thank God. Thank God a good Packer fan whose lawn we parked on gave us a jump.
We just whooped your ass.
We were just looking like, oh, man, we're not getting a jump, and we got a jump.
Dude, so one thing I didn't know about until before doing this interview, and I don't know if everyone knows or I'm just the only fucking person, but you did a little home video with your cousin when you were at the CBTC called The Tailgater.
Yeah.
And we found it on YouTube, and obviously I was like, oh my God, what the fuck is this? And Stevie's shirtless, and there's Chad in the background, Lorenzo's in it. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video for you guys real fast. It's only a couple minutes long, but I think you guys will definitely enjoy it. Here you go.
Cousin Mike, man. First time at a tailgate, first Bears game. Let's show them how we get down here, man, at the tailgate club, brother.
Are you cold?
I'll be fine. I'm wearing multiple layers and my thermal underwear. You guys ain't cold?
I got a Walter.
Wow. Nice hat. You a big Bears fan?
I try to catch a game when I can. I'm more of a casual sports fan, you know? Plus Sundays get busy with church and my CrossFit class. Who has the time?
Okay.
Hey, let's go get something to eat, brother.
You know, I don't really eat meat. You guys have any vegan options?
Not really, but we got mac and cheese, and you might want to change your diet today and try some meat.
Hey, Grizzly man, hand me a beer.
That's man. Here you go. Hey, Mike, you want a beer?
I don't really drink beer. I'll take some wine if you have some.
Well, then here, turn this to the wine, church boy.
Hey guys, it's almost game time. We're beat the crap out of Green Bay.
You know, I actually went camping in Green Bay once. It's actually a real nice town, and the people are real friendly.
Hey man, don't ever come back to Soldier Field again.
But Billy, I'm your cousin.
Not anymore, man. You're dead.
Let's go Bears! Let's go Bears! Let's go!
That was fun.
Okay, so that was absolutely awesome. I think everyone
Yeah,
can
we had
agree to
fun
that.
playing that.
I laughed my ass when I first saw it. I'm like, why didn't no one tell me about this? It was before my time hanging with you guys, obviously. But, dude, that was absolutely awesome. So anything else you want to talk about? Anything you got going on? Anything you want to share with the people out there about coming up this year? Anything going on?
No, man, just keep a look on the page. We got a lot of stuff that actually we're going to be getting ready for the season. We
Dropping some updated FATT info.
Yeah,
as
we
get
have
closer.
our what we got. July 23rd is our
July
picnic.
23rd is the FATT picnic.
Yeah.
The event's out there on the FATT page. In August, we'll be going to the Tailgate Hall of Fame tailgate
Yeah, we're gonna
in
we're gonna
Canton,
tailgate out in
Ohio. And dude, the season starts right after that. So
Yeah, and I know we're gonna have a food truck for the first game.
Yeah.
I already know that. We haven't figured out which one we're doing yet, but
yeah, some more information to come. Other than that, Billy, I appreciate you being on the show, brother. Appreciate you coming out. You're the best man. I think everyone had fun hearing you tonight and all your stories, so that's fucking awesome. Next week, I'm going to be having Christian Mora from the Dolphins. He's the chain guy where we got our chains from. He's got a couple surprises for us. We're going to be dropping on the show next week, so make sure to tune in. Other than that, I'll be on Chicago Sports Podcast at 8 o'clock with Brendan Hyatt and Misty McMichael right after this, so make sure to tune into that. Other than that, that's the end of the show, people. Appreciate everyone coming out and paying attention, and you guys are the fucking best, man. Bear down, baby. Bear down.
Bear down.
Thank you, and go Bears!
shirt off.